What it is, y'all, it's your boy Jones. And if you want updates to all the Jones for Sports content, I'm going to need y'all to.
Come on, push the button!
Yeah, come on, push your button!
Push the goddamn button!
Push the goddamn button!
You heard what she said.
Push the goddamn button.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Push that goddamn button. Because, damn it, we are here. It is the playoff time. So, you know, the conversation, the debates is going to get spicier and spicier. Because all that friendly talk that we be having during the regular season, kicking that out the window. We still cool, but it's going to get spicy up in here because all of our teams is in the playoffs. So, it's going to get spicy on this podcast. Just letting y'all know. Y'all ain't gonna want to miss it. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Y'all like, y'all comment, and most importantly, y'all enjoy the show. As always, I am your host, Jones, and welcome to another episode of the Big Three Beyond the Arc podcast. And I'm brought to you with my proud and loud Celtics fan, my co-host, Nat, the GM. What's going on, Nat?
What's going on? It's that time. It's that time, Jones.
It's that time of year.
I think I texted you, was it yesterday? I said, man, listen, I'm ready. I'm so ready. This is that time. Well, all that yapping about your team this and your team that. Let's see what they got. Let's see if they can make it the first round, the second round. Are they gonna make a third round? We gonna see. Like, this is that time, man. Like, it's just a new energy. As soon as them games ended a few days ago, a couple days ago, I was like, oh, the energy is about to shift.
Absolutely. It does. The best thing, like, see, I'm still in between with the play-in thing. Like, I like it, but there's still, I also understand the other argument against it. Mm-hmm. But the thing I do love about it is that it brings that playoff atmosphere before the playoffs. Everybody's trying to fight. Even if you're one of the bottom four teams, the bottom four as far as trying to get in the play-in, you're fighting for your last 4 games to make sure that you are even in the play-in. Mm-hmm. So it gets exciting. And tonight starts it all. And in about 15 minutes, we got the first play-in, which is the Hawks and the Orlando Magic. So the energy's here. Like she said, it's put up or shut up now. All that talking that y'all was doing during the regular season, it don't matter now. Now you got to show it. Your team really got to show it. So, Nat, I'm gonna throw it up to you.
What's up?
Where do you want to start today? Where you want to start? I'm gonna let you start us off today. We're gonna go from there.
All right. So let's talk about these play-in games, right? Because they're very important, obviously, to your 1 seeds and your 2 seeds. Like, who are we playing here? What's going on? There's a couple teams that don't know who they're playing yet because of these play-in games, right?
Yep.
So we have Atlanta versus Orlando, Memphis versus Golden State. So I think that we should start in the East because this West game over here, this one I think could be interesting. But Atlanta versus Orlando, who's got the edge? Like, who do you think has the edge? Like, who you got winning this one?
So for me, I'm going with Orlando. I think right now most people are going with Atlanta, but I'm going with Orlando because of what we saw them already have from the past year. They had a lot of injuries this year. Hawks, they seem to always be in this position in the play-in, and if I'm not mistaken, they won maybe half of them. But Orlando, we know they were a team that was I think a 4th seed last year or something like that. They were up there last year, so I think injuries and a few things, hurt their season, but I wouldn't be early in this. I don't want to say early in the season, but maybe a couple of weeks ago, I had the Orlando Magic as one of the scary teams from the East. If they make the play-in, that can make I don't want to say a long run, but at least scare somebody in the first round. And I'm gonna stick with that. I'm not as high as I am on it, but the reason why I'm high, at least in the first round, is because not the first round, the play-in. They'll go anybody in the play-in in the East, at least. It's a toss-up. Like I don't really believe in any of those teams making a deep run. I know the Heat gave us one of those magical years when they made the the play-in and then made a finals run, but I don't think we're going to see that this year, at least not in the East.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going with Orlando. I think they're the more complete team. Trey could have one of those Trey games where he's just ice Trey and everything is just falling for him and they can win that way. So I wouldn't be surprised by that. But as far as the team goes, I think Orlando is the better team. So I'm going Orlando.
Yeah, you know what? So they just played 2 days ago. This is funny.
Orlando and the Hawks?
Yeah. They
Oh,
just
okay.
played on the 13th, which is Sunday. And I'm looking at that game. I just think that Caldwell Pope need not touch, a basketball at this point. I like he's so frustrating because he's that kind of player that does not need to be on up and coming teams. He needs to be a veteran on a vet team. Like let him go and go chase another ring. Because I swear to God that this man be playing. And you know how I know this? Like I be keeping up with him because I play fantasy basketball, right? And you let this man sit on the waiver wire, right? He give you like some good points, 15, 5 and 4, something like I can use that. Wait a minute. You put his ass on your team, he got 2 points, 0 rebounds, 1 assist, and a high five. And I'd be pissed. Like I just be like, Caldwell, KCP, I'm just like, go back to Denver, bro. Like, I can't. But what I do like about Orlando, and I'm looking at this game, Orlando lost, Atlanta just won. What I do like about Orlando, so Anthony Black is such like a little cheat code to me because I truly do feel that if he plays and he starts, I think that they have what it takes to actually win this game and, get that 7th seed,
Yep.
You have Franz, you have Paolo. First of all, at some point in the next 2-3 years, Orlando is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Those 2 dudes can score their asses off. Like this is not a joke, And Anthony Black, first season, he's young. Let him feel his way through. But he was really good when he got to play, and you can see the potential. I think they're just trying to like figure out the guard play and what they're gonna do with the guards. But I think that they got something with Anthony Black. But then you could put Wendell Carter. Wendell Carter can go, and put the clock back in time, and then get his like 15 and 10 and a couple blocks and all this stuff. And they just have this team where they get production from some place. It's gonna come.
Exactly.
And then on the other side, though, when you look at Atlanta, right? You got to think about Atlanta. First of all, Trae Young is one of the most disrespected stars like I have ever seen. Like he is a dude that he can score at will and average double-digit assists, and he could turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, whatever. Like he's a floor general, and he just does not get the respect. I do think it's in part because he's in Atlanta, but he's so forgotten. And it's weird, I'm like, this dude is bananas, and he doesn't get the respect that he deserves,
My God.
The last game that they played, where the starters were in there, I do want to like run this through because this is another reason why I think on the other side with Atlanta could possibly win and get that 7th seed because they have Trae Young, Okongwu, they have Dyson Daniels.
Yep.
Dyson Daniels, man. Damn, he was fun to watch this year. And how do you pronounce his name? Is Zachary? What's the last name with the R?
You got me. I don't know.
Is it Risacher? Like, what? How do you pronounce his name?
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, like how you pronounce his man's name? But you know who I'm talking about. But this man is nice. He is nice. And I'm so mad I can't pronounce his name. I can't think of like how to say his name, but like my bad. Jordan Niang coming off the bench, Terrence Mann coming off the bench, LeVert coming off the bench. These are people that can put the ball in the hoop, and then they can produce too.
Yeah.
This is one of those games. It's gonna be fun tonight. You don't know what's gonna happen, but they both have a path to get that 7th seed. You know, I really wish that Atlanta would fall into the rebuild completely and get another pick, because you know, just do what OKC is doing, you know, picks and get those high draft picks, and then really like get out here and do the damn thing, you know. But they always hovering around that damn play-in, and then they make playoffs, and they do it every year, and I'm like, stop. Like, stop.
It's just staying stagnant. You're not getting better.
Yes, you're stagnant. You're not getting better because you're consistently in the play-in.
Yep.
You know, so it's like, actually just build this team, and like, so you can then look like OKC, you know, or how Orlando was looking like last year. Orlando looked really good last year. So I actually don't know who's going to win this game, and it'd be the one that I actually don't have an answer. You know, I could see both, like the other one and get 7. You know, so I'm really excited though. I love young teams, and watching these young guys just really like playing meaningful games. This is a meaningful game, you know? So I don't know, man. Like, I know you say Orlando, and I like your answer. I really do, because I understand it. I'm such a Paulo and Franz stan that like I get it, you know? Because the last 2 games that all of their starters played, did the starters play? Gary had no, they didn't. So, but they put up 129 on Indiana on Friday night, and I was looking for the last time the starters had been in there. I think it's Wednesday. Orlando beat Boston, and the starters were there. Okay, so Franz played, Paulo played. They had was it Corey Joseph in there, and KCP. All right, so this was look more normal for them or whatever, and they beat Boston in a meaningless game, might I add.
Right.
But,
my brother going with Orlando as well.
Okay.
Everybody on TikTok, let us know who you picking tonight in the playing games.
Let us know. Send us messages, like send us comments. Who do y'all have? Because I could truly see it going either way, and I'm okay with it. You know, I'm good with it. You know, I think that when you talk about matchups, though, when you talk about who's sitting at 1 and 2, Cleveland and Boston, who's a good matchup for Cleveland?
Right.
You know, so I actually like the fact that Cleveland might have to deal with Orlando. You know, I think that's one of those, I'm going to scare you a little bit, you know, before you get to the second round, because I kind of like that matchup. You know, I kind of do, you know, and then Atlanta and Boston is always bad blood there. It's just always bad blood. So that, I think that's why a part of me was like, come on, Atlanta.
My brother said he with you on that one. He agrees with you on that one.
Yo, okay, good. Thank you, y'all. I know I'm not on the island by myself out here, you know, but I really want to see this. But I'm excited because I gotta throw it to the other play-in game. That's
the one we want to talk about.
That's the one we really want to talk about. Because I'm like, well, first of all, were you shocked that Golden State lost that game the other day?
Not shocked, but I mean, I'm not shocked, but surprised. Usually they take care of business in those type of settings where it's they're up a few points and things like that. They usually close guys out, you know, night and all that stuff. But you can never count out a team like the Clippers who got veterans on their team. Like you can never count those guys out. And they've been the hottest team as of late in the NBA. They've been the hottest team. It was the Warriors at one time, but now it's the Clippers. So I'm not surprised because it's the NBA. We've seen some crazy things happen. But a little surprised only because the Warriors are a veteran team. We usually see them close those things out, especially in a game like this where it's important, where if they win, they got that 6th seed locked up. So they usually take care of business in those positions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching that game, right? And I'm like, ooh, Clippers gonna piss some people off, boy. If they can stay healthy, like through this little playoff run, they gonna piss some people off
For
because
sure.
they have all the makings to piss off every team you think is a contender.
Exactly.
We have all of it to basically turn your brackets upside down. You're like, it's not on your bingo card, because what I saw, and I'm a Harden fan, Stan actually. I swear by James Harden, and I'll go toe to toe with anybody about James Harden and his impact. That man put up 39 points. He put up 7 boards and 10 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks.
He's a problem.
He's still a problem. He's still a problem. And then Kawhi, Jesus Christ, we keep that name, Kawhi. Kawhi, 33, 6, 7, and 3. Y'all, like, that's not even the reason. That's not even the reason, though, why I think they really gonna be an issue. Not those two, yes, those are obvious.
I know who you're gonna go with next.
Who am I gonna go with? Nah, tell me.
You either gonna say one of 2 names. You're gonna say Zubac or you're gonna say Powell.
Fucking Zubac. You damn right. I was gonna say
Zubac is a fucking problem.
That future Celtic. He's holding it down in Clipper land right now.
I don't need him. Y'all good. Y'all don't need him.
Nah, shout out to Zubac. I know you want to come to Boston. I know.
Stay right where you at, Zubac.
Me and him had talked about it. We had a conversation. But I swear by Zubac too, y'all. I think that he is so underrated. And I know I'm right about this. He's beyond underrated. And he can change a game, an important game. He holds down the paint. He can consistently score. He's a fantastic rebounder, and he does not hurt you. He's a good defender. He does not hurt you. He does not hurt you. He is a 7-footer that does not hurt you.
Yep.
And he just skates like under the radar every fucking year, every year. And I'll be like,
the Lakers
hurting
now about that.
Huh?
The Lakers is hurting about that right now.
Listen,
they had him.
I'm like, I get it. I get how time goes, and people, you gotta move some pieces to get some pieces. I get that, but what he's turned into, I actually think he's better than what we see right now. Wow. But you got Zubac, Kawhi, Harden, and Powell. That is in your starting lineup.
Yep.
The 5th person does not matter to me. The 5th person does not matter, because those 4 is what is going to piss you off.
Yeah, they're impactful. Those minutes are impactful for them.
All 4 people I just named are impactful. All 4 of them, and the bench is probably their biggest Achilles heel, is the bench, because I think that if they get into a position where Ben Simmons can't throw the ball in the ocean, and can't, man down 15 minutes of running the floor, it's a problem. And he needs to, he absolutely needs to. And when it comes to, who do they have? The Lakers?
It's
the Lakers, right?
The Lakers got Timberwolves.
So who is? I got that wrong. Hold up.
Who did you say again? What team?
Denver.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
Denver.
yeah.
They got Denver. I think that's going to be a hell of a series right there, because I think it can go either way. And also, they have the same record. They can go either way, And luckily, they have Zubac. But for tonight, when you talk about this game, when it comes to Golden State and Memphis, I actually didn't think Golden State would be in this position. I really did think that they were going to get to a 6 seed.
Yeah, I did too.
So I was kind of shocked that they're now in the play-in. I think they were last year too.
Yep.
So I'm a little shocked because they started really hot after that trade, and they were doing really, really well and then they kind of fell a little bit. Memphis was 2 or 3 earlier in the season, then they fall again. So it's interesting. But Jones, I'm gonna throw it back to you. Who wins this game tonight?
Now, this one, like you said on the last one we was just talking about, that's how I feel about this one. This one is like, holy shit, this one can go either way. Before I give my answer to everybody that's on X that's trying to comment, I'm trying to put up your post. Right now it is not working, but hopefully as we keep going throughout the stream, I could eventually post your comments. But I'm not ignoring you guys. Just letting you guys know, it's just not allowing me to put it up. But hopefully that gets fixed soon. But yeah, that's how I feel about this one. This one is tough because the Warriors, we've seen what they're capable of being like with Jimmy Butler being an addition to that team, Steph being him, Dre, and then there are others stepping up when necessary. And then Memphis, though. Yeah, there's a lot of noise about Ja and his antics and things like that. But when that team is clicking and all those other guys, JJ, Bane, like everybody's clicking, that team is a dangerous team, especially in a one-game elimination. Like this, that's what we got to remember. This is one game. This is not a 7-game series. We're talking one game. Yeah. And if Jimmy Butler is not a playoff Jimmy and they have to rely on just Steph to win the game, chances are if Memphis is playing their game, Memphis will win that game. But if same can go for Memphis. If Ja's the only one that is holding down Memphis and the rest of those guys aren't playing up to par and Steph and Jimmy and Dre and all those guys are going, then the Warriors are going to win that game. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this goes. I'm going with the Warriors only because it's in the Bay. If it was in Memphis, I think I might go with Memphis just because they got that edge right now with all the noise being around them and they're a team. I feel like that feeds off that energy. You know how everyone talks about the Detroit Pistons and how they're edgy and they're feisty. That was the Memphis Grizzlies before. Yeah. That was them. So I think they're going to bring some of that with them to this game, but who knows if it's going to be enough, especially if Steph gets gone. And if playoff Jimmy, it's the playoffs now. So let's see if playoff Jimmy shows up. If he shows up, then I think the Warriors might walk them down and finish them in Claxton. But I'm hoping this goes down to the wire. Even an OT, I wouldn't even mind that because that helps the NBA. Everybody want to talk crap about the NBA. The ratings will go up, and now everyone, including myself, who have some issues with the play-in, hey, this will give me more reason. All right, you know what? I rock with the play-in. I'm rocking with it. So it's going to be interesting, but I got the Warriors tonight.
I feel you. I feel you. Like I was like, oh yeah. I mean, yeah. It's so hard for me to like pick Memphis in any situation. It's so hard, like, because I don't know who's going to show up.
Right, exactly.
You know, I just never know who's going to show up. And it's not that I don't like you. You know, Bane is my favorite over there. You know, like, it's not that I don't like you. Not that I don't watch you. You know, it's have nothing to do with that. You know, I rock with Memphis. But at some point, when are we going to get over that hump? When are we going to do something else? When are we going to show some improvement? You know, when is it going to be different? You know, and damn, I didn't think they was going to be in the play-in. I thought that they was going to be a little further too. I didn't think we were going to be looking at these two teams, you know, in the play. I thought it was going to be the Timberwolves. Bro. You know, I thought it was going to be the Timberwolves. And Memphis and Golden State, here we are. What concerns me about Golden State is the others. You know, it's Moody. I be looking sometimes and I be like, I really like Moody. Played the man's place. 25, 30 minutes, boy got 4 points, 2 points. Woo, okay. You know, that they need that production from someplace else, you know, because I know that Steph has to score. I know Jimmy has to score. You know, Pods has to score. I like Pods too. You know, I think there's some hate with Pods. I really like Pods. I don't think y'all see as like what Pods can be just yet. I think it's glimpses, but he needs a little bit more time. But I think that he's really good. You know, so I hope that he can continue to develop. You know, is Kaminga injured?
I think he's playing, but he's dealing with an injury.
He's dealing with an injury.
Yeah.
So tonight they don't need him. Going forward,
Yeah.
he's got to be. It's got to be Moody and Kaminga, or it's got to be Kaminga and Pods. It's got to like a duo that not named Jimmy and Steph.
Yep.
Gotta come through. You know, I think that because of tonight, you know, I think that because of the matchup, I think that Golden State wins. You know, I had Golden State for this one. This is the one I can pick, you know, and I'm a little bit more confident in. I think Golden State gets this one because I think that similarly to when they got Sacramento in one of those games, like last year, the year before, Steph just went somewhere else with it, you know, and at some point you're like, damn, like, I can't do anything with this man. You know, I can't. And then now you got Jimmy, and Jimmy's is a great fit for Jimmy, actually. You know, so shout out to them for, you know, I know they struck out and this wasn't their plan A. We know that. But it's working out and it makes sense, you know. So when it comes to like, say it again, bro.
Everyone's picking Golden State in this one.
Yep, Golden State. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we love the interaction. We love talking ball, you know, and we gonna take this as far as we can, you know. Put us on ESPN, y'all.
On now, let's go.
But
you did.
Listen, when it comes to this game, though, I got Golden State, and you know, like Ja, I think is gonna have a really good game. You'll tell me. I can tell you he'll probably have 25 plus.
Yeah.
You know, I think that he'll have some really great moments, but I think that they should lock in, you know, Golden State and get it. I think sometimes Bane just he got a double. Yeah. He's one. That's why I like him so much. Like he does a lot, and I like him. You know, I just like a player like that. You know. And Jaren Jackson can do some things too. He can go off for 5 to 7 threes, you know, or whatever. Lack of and then Aldama, I think that's his name, Aldama. I'm not sure if he's starting right now. If he's coming off the bench, he's very impactful. You know, some sneaky players here. I think that I would feel better about Memphis if they still had a player like Marcus Smart. But because they don't have somebody like that, I'm just like, ugh.
Right, exactly.
Over Dylan Brooks.
True.
You know, like so Golden State, man, I gotta pick Golden State, you know. And I just think that the veteran leadership, I just think that the team that they have, I think it just makes sense to pick them, and I'm comfortable, you know, kind of with that.
Yep.
It's underway right now with Atlanta and Orlando, and so far it's close. It's early, 8 minutes and 28 minutes. 8 minutes and 28 seconds left in the game, as far as first quarter, and 8 and 7. Atlanta 8, Orlando 7. Very early.
Okay.
We don't know how this is gonna go, you know. And you know, we're gonna keep an eye on it, and we'll be out of here, you know, probably before the first quarter ends, you know, so we can all stay tuned and then have something to talk about next week. Sure. You know, when we figure out who's gonna play Boston, who's gonna play Cleveland, you know, and you know, and who's going to play OKC, and who's the second seed? It's Houston, bruh, Houston, second seed.
Something, it's a shock to us all.
Houston, the second seed.
Shock to us all.
You know what? I ain't mad at it though, Joe. What?
I'm not. It's a shock. I'm not surprised that they were good this season. I'm surprised they were this good though, because we saw some of this last year from Sengun. Obviously, you add a champion like Van Fleet, got a rising star like Jalen Green, and then you add a coach like a Duke. I can never say his name, but you know who I'm talking about. Your old coach. You could see that this team would be good, but to jump all the way from, I think they missed the playoffs or just they were in the play-in or something like that. They were in the bottom. Yeah. something like that last year. To go all the way to the second seed is like, wow, this is a good team. Like, you can't sleep on them. My only problem with them is they don't have that superstar that you need in this time of year, playoff time, 7-game series. You're gonna need that guy that you can rely on every single game, or hey, we need a bucket like right now. And he's been here. He's not going. We know he ain't scared. Let's go give it to him. Right now, this is a young team outside of Van Fleet. He's probably that guy for them, but he's still not enough. So that's my only problem with Houston. But they had a hell of a regular season for sure.
I really want Memphis to lose tonight.
Dylan Brooks, my brother said.
Is it Memphis to lose? Because then they get the 8th seed. No. I need them to win. Okay, because I want to see Houston versus Memphis in that first round. That's what I want to see. Young and young. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
OKC in Golden State. Bruh.
Yeah. Woo.
Bruh. Like, that's really what I want to happen. So, whoever need to lose, so I can get those matchups, because Houston versus Memphis is going to be a dogfight.
Yes.
It's going to be messy. The whole, like, game 1 through, I think it goes 7.
Yep.
And I think that both have a chance, a solid chance to beat the other one.
Absolutely.
And when it comes to Golden State versus OKC we think should win that. Absolutely.
Yep.
And I think that they will? Probably.
Right.
And then
it won't be easy.
Right. It's not gonna be easy, to the point where if it's not easy, and then those veterans turn it on, Golden State, and then they got you looking like, damn, well, we had a good regular season. It was good, man. I'm looking at it because of matchups, bro. Because if we can get that, OKC versus Golden State, Houston versus Memphis, you got the Lakers versus Minnesota. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be ugly.
Yeah.
And then Denver versus the Clippers. These are great matchups.
Whew.
Like, these are fire matchups. Like,
amazing.
We finally have matchups in the West where we could see it, tier on both ends here. I could say I don't know that Denver's going to beat the Clippers. I don't know that.
Exactly. That's a fact.
I have no idea. I don't know if the Lakers are going to beat Minnesota. You should.
Right, exactly. But Minnesota, they've been playing great as of late too.
Right, and they got, so Randall comes in and he can do what he can do, which I think that if people be too down on Randall, I like Randall a lot, but Gobert, you forget that he's impactful. I know it's cool to hate Gobert. I love Gobert. I don't know when it became so cool to hate Gobert, but he's really good. You got Ant, you got Dante. You know what I'm saying?
They definitely got some pieces for sure.
Naz Reid, it's just like they're not going to be an easy out, y'all, just because you got two names that you're fixated on that have been playing together for what, 3 months?
Yeah.
Like 3-4 months. We don't know that this is going to be seamless in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. These guys have had a full year. So I don't know, man. But I'm going to ask you, right? Because I think we got a few minutes, right? We're doing real good on time, right?
For sure.
OKC, Golden State. Let's just say this is the matchup.
Okay.
Give me a winner. Just give me a winner.
I'm gonna go OKC in 6. I will go OKC in 6 because one, they've that amount of rest, that amount of time to prepare and watch what the Warriors would have to be able to do in those play-in games, whether it's 1 or 2 games that they have. OKC has been consistent throughout the year. If I'm not mistaken, number 1 or top 3 defense in the league. And they got guys that can can make it annoying for those other guys. We know you can't stop Steph when he's on fire. Like Steph's going to be Steph. So count him out. But can you slow down Jimmy? Can you slow down what's his name? The curly head guy.
Pods.
Pods. You slow down all those the role players, which
Yeah.
I think they have enough to do just that. So Chet, Jalen, J-Dub going to have to step up and really be consistent throughout the playoffs and not just the regular season, because we saw that last year.
Yeah.
He's going to have to take his game to another level. And that's the thing. In the playoffs, what you did in the regular season is cool. Got you here. That's awesome. But in the playoffs, it's got to go up a notch. It cannot stay the same. It obviously can't go down. It's got to go up a notch. So all those guys, he was an all-star this year. He's going to have to step it up. Chet, who'd they go and get? Alex Caruso. Like, those guys are going to have to really step it up.
Hartenstein.
Yeah, Hartenstein. Those guys are really going to have to step up and show why they went and got those guys, because that's why they went to go get them for this time right now. So, that's really why I'm going with OKC. I think they just have too much for the Warriors to hang in there for 7 games, especially with the way OKC's been playing. That energy, that team's been fighting to be here for so long, especially after getting knocked out. What, did they get knocked out the first round last year?
No, the second round.
Second round. So even then, that's still not good enough for them, because they had higher hopes. I expect them to be ready, but you can never count out that championship DNA and the Warriors. They've been there, done that. So you can't count them out, but I'm going to go with the OKC in 6.
I love it. I like chaos. I'm going to go with Golden State just because I like chaos.
He got dub in 7.
I like chaos. I really do. And
BB, appreciate you guys. He got the dubs.
I love it. I love it. Like, shout out to y'all. Listen, I like chaos. I really do. And I can't help it. I can't. It's just I'm an Aries, y'all. I can't help it. Like, I try.
Thank you, Brody.
I try to be good, and then I'm like, that's not in your nature to like just go with the flow. I'm like, nah, I'm going to choose violence. I don't care. I don't care. Like, but let me tell you a reason, right? And whether it's right or wrong, it's not the point. The picking it is,
We got a new sub, sis. Appreciate you being bro show. That you got.
Listen, I understand that OKC has been phenomenal this year. They've been the best team in the league this year, right? Yep. But basketball is a game of matchups.
Yeah,
not everything starts over.
Especially now.
Yeah, right. And with playoffs, everything starts over because we've seen some shockers. A lot of people had OKC easily in the finals last year. They could not make the 3rd round. And they were great last year. They were really fun last year. We thought they could take the step. It did not happen because you met a match that it did not work for you. All of a sudden, J-Dub wasn't as impactful as he was in the regular season. All of a sudden, Shay's looking around like, like what's going on? So many things. We have to see it. Yep. I tend to pick veteran teams that they're put together well, right? I tend to pick the veteran teams, and I have a hard time because I love the fact that the match with Curry and Butler, I think is a perfect match almost because one is super offensive, the other one is defensive, and they help each other. And I think I think that Golden State got a gift in the fact that everybody else said no. KD did not want to go back. That so many other people said no, but Jimmy's like, yeah, I'll go there. And it made sense. You got a gift. And I think in this gift, you can piss off a lot of people, and this is the matchup. I'm going to say Golden State because I love this. We're talking about Steph here. This is Steph Curry. You know, at this point, we're not talking about anything when it comes to Steph Curry. He's a great at this point, right? Steph Curry is Steph Curry. Jimmy Butler plays very well in the playoffs. You know, you give him a new found life, a new revived team that where he can be like, all right, I'm in this now. I feel good. I'm out of the situation I was in. I feel good here. He has a similar attitude to Draymond.
Yep.
You know, that seems to be working because they both have a work ethic, you know, and they're both dogs. So I think it just works. And anything can happen in a series like that with veterans that still got a lot left in the tank. They're not done.
Yep.
So it's hard. I get it. I get the record. I get it. I get how Shai's probably going to be the MVP. I get the 68 wins. I get it. They've been the best team in the regular season.
Yep.
And then the playoffs started, you know, and the records, like, it doesn't matter anymore. We are 0-0 now. So what happens if Golden State takes that first game?
Yeah, Memphis beating Warriors tonight. Okay.
Yeah, isn't that what I need in order to get my matchup that I need?
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I need. I need that to get my matchup, y'all. Like, yes, give me the good juju here. I need to make sure that Memphis plays Houston. I need to see that chaos. I need to see it.
Yeah.
You know? But and the other part of me is just saying I just want to be chaotic. I just want to see Golden State beat OKC. I don't care. You know? Mind you, Boston fan all the way. I still don't think none of y'all beating Boston. I don't give a damn what your record was in the regular season.
Very true.
It's cute. I still don't think y'all beating us. Okay.
Right.
I just picking Golden State because I also love Steph Curry. I can't see my man go out like that in the first round. I can't do it. When it comes to, let's say, Houston versus Memphis, who you got? This
Houston, Memphis.
Yes, we're talking as if these are the matchups here, and this is what we rolling with. Because I'm praying this is what it is.
Houston, Memphis. Oh, that's a good one. I think I would give the edge to Houston in that situation. And I think the reason why I'm giving the edge to Houston is because of Udoka. Them being coached well, they have the better coach. They have a great nucleus as a team. And it just the Memphis has just been too inconsistent this year. If they've been more consistent, now I know that has a lot to do with Ja being in and out the lineup throughout the season.
Yeah.
So that can obviously have something to do with that. But I don't know. I think as much as I'm like Houston is a young team and an inexperienced team as far as playoffs goes, I like them. They are the number 2 seed for a reason. Mm-hmm. And I think with Udoka being their head coach, being an experienced coach, being in the finals, I think he'll have the edge over the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, with the Memphis Grizzlies, you know, Ja's going to bring it. Bane is another guy that, like you said earlier, he can give you a triple-double any given night. JJ can turn into the defensive player of the year again, like type of energy. So that's a series I would go. It's going 7. I'm going to give the edge to Houston based off of what they've been able to do consistently this year, and they have the better coach in this. Obviously, right. Fired their coach. That I think has a important aspect in this too, because they're still trying to figure it out.
Absolutely. I mean, I love everything you said, and I can't go against it. You know,
booking, looking, cooking, Memphis.
I love it, yo. I love it. Listen, I think Houston's gonna win. A lot of to what you said, you know, just better coach. You know, I like how they play with the cohesiveness of their team. I think Jalen Green is a star. I do. I think that I remember when y'all was trying to trade this man. I was like, send him to Boston. Yeah, I think he's trash. You know, I think he needs help. Send him to Boston. Sure. You know, like, but now that talk happened, I think last year, the year before. All of a sudden this year, to be quiet now. All of a sudden we have nothing to say because we realize, oh my God, let me give people a few years.
Yeah, we got another Houston. More Houston. Okay, we see y'all.
Yeah, shout out to Houston. You know, shout out to Houston because I love Jalen Green, man. I think he's just nasty, man.
Yeah.
He's so nice, and
this could be his moment too.
Yes, it could be his moment, and I want him to have a moment because y'all, like a lot of y'all, be shitting on Jalen Green. Overall, are better, and Curry and Jimmy have more experience than Ja and the Grizzlies. Oh yeah, absolutely. But I'm gonna pick Houston, you know, because I do the coach. Obviously, I know Udoka. You know, and this is the kind of team that obviously you give him the talent. This is what this man can do. He's a very talented coach. You know, Sengun, man. Sengun's nice, man.
That's my guy right there.
Sengun is so nice. Like he's so, but Amen. It's Amen. That's the twin that's on Houston, right?
Yep.
Bro, listen, like when I say this, right? You ever just see somebody? Right? And you just say, yo, they just know how to play basketball. They just play it the right way.
Yep.
Like that, like when you look up basketball player, you hope that like somebody gets it like Amen gets it. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And I love watching this dude play. It's so dynamic, it's explosive, you know, he's defensively, he's great. He's offensively, he can score. He's everywhere. He's not afraid. He's tough. He's dog. All this. Like, the twins, I love both of them. I absolutely love both of them. But Amen, man, what he's doing is phenomenal. He's another reason. On top of, they have Dylan Brooks too, and Dylan Brooks plays. He plays his role too. You know?
Sure. As much as people hate him.
Right. As much as people hate him, but he serves a purpose though. He does serve a purpose. And Memphis was crazy for letting him go because they need Dylan Brooks. You know? And then I just want to see that chaos with Dylan Brooks playing Memphis. I think they're gonna try to really kill each other and go at it.
Another scrappy one. That's a scrappy one right there.
I got Houston right along with you, bro.
Yep.
I think a lot of people looking at this matchup just like this.
Absolutely.
This next matchup, they just like wins game one. Talking about them Lakers in Minnesota.
Woo.
Like I think of that, I'm just like, ooh. Like I know who I think should win.
Yeah.
I see every reason why they might not. I see every reason why they might not. And I think it's obvious, you know?
For sure.
We're not talking about just names. And I know people like to do that. Oh, they have LeBron. Oh, they have Luka. So therefore, that blah, blah, blah. I get it. But then I have this thing, right? And if you look, y'all think about this, right? And I want you to go look it up. When a big name acquisition happens mid-season, how well does that team do?
Yeah.
Look that stat up, right? Comment. Because they don't do that well. Something happens, and especially in the playoffs, and they don't do that well. They either don't make it, or something happens and they're out they're out in like first or second round. So look that up. I know Luka, LeBron. Oh my God, I get it. You know, shit. Austin Reeves. Shout out Austin Reeves, man.
Yeah, don't forget AR-15.
You ain't gonna listen. You ain't gonna forget about AR. Like Austin Reeves is a problem out here. You know,
for sure.
Who you got?
I'm going Lakers in 6. Lakers in 5. No, I'm going Lakers in 6. Because I just don't think they will be able to contain Luka, LeBron, and AR for a full 7-game series. That's just going to be tough. Luka has their number. He figured out how to up against that team. He basically beat them by himself last year almost. But he had a great team around him. This Lakers team is built differently because they don't have the bigs like he did with the Mavs, but they have a long, lengthy team. And another reason why I'm going with the Lakers, not obviously because I'm a Bron fan and stuff like that, but when the Lakers try to play defense, they're a different team. Like we've seen them when they lock in. If they lock in like that, I think they're one of the scariest teams in the West because they can lock in like that on defense, and you have a Luka, LeBron, and AR-15 that can give you 60 points together combined. So that's going to be a challenge. But like you said, the Timberwolves got some dogs on that team. Like we can't just sneeze at that. They're a 6 seed this year. They had a rough patch to start the season, but they started climbing and started figuring it out. And Ant just got to be himself, be a dog, go get his buckets, but also bring that energy for that team. You got, like you said, Devo, you got Randall, you got Goldberg. You got guys that are there for a reason and that make an impact. They have an impact. My problem, one, and y'all know, everybody knows this already because I've said this for years now. Not the biggest Randall fan, being that he was a former Knick fan, but I do respect his game. But the biggest critic about Randall is he's like James Harden. He finds a way to yeah, I'm going there with it. I'm going there with it. I know you love James Harden. I do too. I know that's true too. We gotta go. We gotta keep it real. That he be disappearing like a motherfucker.
He don't disappear. He don't.
Randall or player or
you can talk about Randall, but Lee Harden. I got to separate.
Come on, that Harden be disappearing when it matters.
His teams have been ass, honestly.
Him too.
No, he had. Listen, we're gonna have this conversation.
That was like, hold time out.
I was rolling with you. I was like, yeah, no. Not good, bro.
I'll say anything good about the Lakers.
They aren't allowed to say it. Well, I got you 17.
You
I got you. I'm gonna call everybody 17.
If Tribe was here, it would be even crazier on this bitch, man.
Ooh, crazy. That's his nickname, 17.
Yeah, she killed him with that one. But no, they have a Randall. If he could be Randall and this is the thing, he's not playing in New York this time. He's not the face of the franchise. He can step back and just play his role. If he can do that and you get some help from the bench and they're playing great defense, which we know they are a defensive-led team, they can make this a tough, long series for the Lakers. But I think because of Luka, him being on a revenge type of tour, and he's been there, done that against this team, we know what Bron does. And AR-15, him playing, he can give you a 20 a night. And then Rui, your bench. I think that's going to be the important part for the Lakers. When LeBron is off the court, when Luka's on the court, and just one of them are out there, or just AR's out there, who else is going to help bring that energy? Who else is going to bring some points? Because it just can't be Luka out there. We don't want to bring Bron and exert all those minutes out there as much as possible, especially when he just re-injured his groin. Like, we don't even know how healthy he is. He's probably not 100%. So that's going to play a factor. Not making any excuses, but it's real. So it's going to be a hell of a series. Ant going to be talking shit. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun series to watch. But Lakers in 6 are going with Luka, and Brown.
Not mad at it. I'm always going to take the consistency of LeBron over a team that I think is very inconsistent because I still think Ant is very inconsistent.
Yeah, true. Good point.
So you're as good as your best player, and you have these highs and you have these lows, and in part it has a lot to do with Ant, because he's not there where y'all want him to be just yet. I always knew who he was and who he is. He's got a long way to go. He's fun, he's dynamic, he's all these things, but he has a lot to learn, with time and place, timing in a game and in a playoff series. He doesn't have that down yet. And I still think that when it comes to Minnesota, they go away from a lot of time what works. And they don't stick to it. I think they went on a nice little run. I remember before Dante got injured, they went on a nice little run. And in part, that run was because Dante had been getting the ball now. He's now scoring. And, he's now, actually, getting a chance to make an impact. So, but they don't always stay. And J-Mac got better. J-Mac took a leap this year too, which was nice to see. But I still think that there's a lot of pieces that it just doesn't quite fit just yet, and I still think that they need something else. I still don't think this is the right mix that's needed, So I'm going to say Lakers in 6. I'm going to say 6. I think that makes sense.
My auntie. That's my aunt in there. She going.
Oh, shout out to auntie. Okay.
I love you, aunt. Auntie Jerry.
Listen, I think that the Lakers got this in 6. I'm only saying 6 because I really hope that Minnesota don't waste our damn time. You could have just dropped the hell out of the playoffs if you wasn't gonna win more.
For real.
Yeah, you can't win 2 games, you should not be here. So that's real. A part of me is saying it might be 5, but I'll be pissed. Not because I thought you had a chance, but because why are you wasting my time?
Exactly.
So shout out to the Lakers. I like Luka in LA. Austin Reeves is an unsung hero. Shout out to Austin. And
you're right.
When it comes to the Lakers, though, Rui is going to have to get back to what Rui was doing.
Yes.
For them, they're going to need him because once they get past that first round,
1,000%. Yep.
So very, very important because that paint is still, it's like open season in that paint,
That's a fact.
And the next few teams you play, even Minnesota that you're playing, right? They could potentially score a little easy in that paint. And then when you go further, you're going to meet better people.
1,000%.
So I really want to see them lock in defensively, but I think, for this round, I think that they have it. They're just gonna make sense because they know what they're gonna do well and they're gonna stick to it. A Bron-led team, you do something well, you don't stick to it. So
I agree with you. Tired of making the playoffs and then suck. True that. So, but yeah, shout out to everybody that's tuning in, man. Me and Jones, we love this. We love talking ball. We really do. So I really appreciate everybody just commenting, and giving us your thoughts and everything and hanging in there with us. Appreciate you all.
The last one in the West, right? And keep this in mind, right? I'm gonna run through the East because I think it's pointless to talk.
Just one team.
I think it's pointless. I'm gonna just ask you when we get to the East, give me a name, and we're gonna run through it like that, and it'd be that, and we will sum it up like that because I think it's pointless. I personally think it's pointless.
I agree.
Denver versus Clippers. Who you got?
Now that one's a good one too. This West is gonna be something. Oh man, Denver versus Clippers. If you first asked me a couple months ago, I would have said Denver easily, and 6 or something like that. But now I got this going 7 and not flipping it. I'm going with the Clippers in 7. And I'm not a Clipper guy for the most part. And I know I just was talking crap about James Harden and all that, but maybe maybe, just maybe, they got something this time. They got something. The way they've been playing as of late, these last couple weeks, they've been on fire. James Harden been stepping up when he's need to step up. And then Kawhi. We all knew what Kawhi is capable of. It's just how consistent can he be because of his injuries. And this time of year is usually when he breaks down. This is usually, all right, here he goes. He's going to have, some great playoff games, the first two, and blah, blah, blah. And then here he goes. Right? He goes limping off the court. Like, that's what everybody's expecting. But just putting that aside, because I'm not wishing that on him. I hope he has a healthy playoff run. That aside, we get healthy Kawhi and James Harden locked in, and who you mentioned earlier, one of your favorite guys, and he's also one of my favorite guys. I just hate that he's on this team. Zubac, man. Yeah. And then you got Ty Lue. Coaching matters at this time. This Clippers team, man, they look scary. I think it was the Warriors that was the scariest team going into it. Now I think it's now the Clippers. I got the Clippers as the scariest team in this playoffs because of the run they've been on. If they can stay healthy, watch out for this team. Like, really, really watch out for this team because Kawhi can make another run at it if he can stay healthy, and James Harden doing what he does, point, score, rebound, whatever you need him to do, he can do it. I'm just scared of what I mentioned earlier of him disappearing in game sevens and things like that. But if we don't have game sevens, stuff like that, maybe they're in good position. I'm going with the Clippers in a tight game 7.
Chaos. Chaos too.
Oh, and shout out to the Nuggets. Let me know. Not act like y'all got the greatest player in the world over there. Let me not do that to y'all. Shout out to Joker, one of the greats. But I think there's just too much turmoil over there with y'all firing y'all coach a couple days ago. I just don't think it's a good look for y'all team. Murray not being 100% healthy. Now, Joker is good enough to make everyone better. That's why he's a 3-time MVP and could possibly win his 4th. Probably not, but he could be. He could. Absolutely. I just don't think he's going to be able to carry the load for 7-game series against this Clipper team that's just been on a roll. So that's why I'm going with them. But all respects to the Nuggets. And they've been inconsistent. They've been up and down all year too. Up and down.
They've been inconsistent since they won that championship.
There you go. Put it even better. Put the juice down and go with the first choice.
I'm going to say, for my eyes and my views, and knowing that we're going to be watching the playoffs well after this first round, I hope Denver goes forward because I can't trust that Kawhi is going to be healthy. A Kawhi injury is going to make the next round suck.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And I no longer bank on that, his health, and regardless if he's going into it healthy, we already know a minute could change everything, and I can't do it. I can't. I want to see Harden go forward, but I can't. So I'm hoping Denver does enough, and they go forward and they win because just for the sake of being a basketball fan, I can't watch a team without a star that they need. I can't do it. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt y'all. Like you've seen this before. We've seen this programming before. Oh, yes. Kawhi looks good. Then all of a sudden, Kawhi injured, he's out, and then it changes the whole that round. It changes everything. I can't do it. I can't. So, and then on top of that, I find it funny how Ben Simmons and Kawhi were traded for each other, and now they're on the same team right now, and Ben Simmons ain't doing a damn thing. Go figure. But if Ben Simmons can't get you nothing, the bench in LA, as far as the Clippers, can't get you nothing. Like if they don't find consistency in the bench scoring, somewhere, then it's a sight for sore eyes, y'all. So, I hope Denver gets it together, and they play. Do I think that Denver is in the finals this year? I do not. But it'll be fun watching them try.
Sure. For sure.
So you got Clippers, I got Denver. We only got 2 different choices. First round, as far as OKC and Golden State, if that's what it is, I pick Golden State, you pick OKC, and then Denver Clippers, you pick Clippers, I pick Denver.
Yep, I like it.
For the next few minutes, we're just gonna run through the East because I think
let's run through that.
It's pointless. I just really do. Cleveland, Orlando.
Cleveland. We don't need to even go there.
Boston, Atlanta.
Come on now, Boston.
New York, Detroit.
Now we're gonna pause for a second.
Yeah.
We're gonna pause for a quick second now. We're gonna pause for a quick second.
Yeah.
All right, now let me give out the flowers first. Detroit.
Yes.
Shout out to y'all. Nobody saw y'all having this type of a season, because what y'all looked like last year, y'all looked like some trash. Hey, let's just keep it what it is. Y'all were trash. So for y'all to have this type of season this year, Cade stepping up, coach, what's his BJ Bickerstaff really getting this team to believe that they can do something this year. They're feisty. Malik Beasley just sniping everybody off the 3, off the bench. Like, they got a squad. They got a nice little team. Feisty. Everybody wants to talk about how feisty they are and this, that, and third. And they are, which is what you're going to need going into the playoffs. But let's not act like the New York Knicks ain't a feisty team. We are the New York Knicks. We've always been feisty, whether we've been good or bad. We've been a feisty team now. So we gonna be feisty with y'all. If y'all want to get scrappy, this is New York. Like, we roll sleeves up.
Like salt and pepper spicy.
Go, stop it. That's a Boston fan talking over there. We're not even going to listen to that. We get feisty too now. So what y'all want to do? But y'all ain't the bad boy Pistons now. Y'all trying to act like y'all the bad boy Pistons. Y'all ain't that.
I mean, they be playing like
they doing. And as they should. I respect it. I really do respect it. But we match energy over here. We match energy. So if that's what y'all want to do, we on that. We on that. So all y'all Piston fans that's talking all that shit about y'all being feisty, we with that. Look, this is New York. We with that. Y'all ain't said nothing. Y'all ain't said nothing. So I gave y'all flowers, but it's over now. We putting y'all the fuck out. We putting y'all out, God damn it. All right? And I see we going just because my Knicks team has been inconsistent, especially against bad teams. Not saying the Pistons are a bad team, but teams that are not, in the high ranks. We've been cutting it close. But I think JB, Towns, OG, who's been playing amazing while Jalen was out. The only problem that I have is with Mikal Bridges. He hasn't been consistent. He's my only worry. And what we're going to get from the bench. What is the bench going to look like? What rotation is it going to go? Is it going to go 7? Is it going to go 8? Like, we already know what Tibbs is with that. But other than that, I ain't worried about nothing. Knicks and 6. Knicks take, you dig. Let's go next.
Yeah, I got Detroit in 7. And
oh, my God. See, I knew she was going to say something. I knew it. I fucking knew it. God damn it. She was having a good show.
It's me, and I love it. I'm here for it.
He was having a good show, y'all. See who messed it up? He was having a good show.
Mikal Bridges was a terrible trade.
I agree.
It was a terrible trade. Who the fuck did y'all think Mikal Bridges was?
And we gave up so much for him. Oh,
exactly. Who did y'all think this man was? It was so frustrating to see that because I'm like, I really like Brunson. I really like Cat. And you gonna give him that shit over there.
Yep.
Like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, so I don't understand it. I don't think he has his footing. I don't think he's confident in that lineup. I actually think his confidence is taking a huge step back on this team. OG is inconsistent when it comes to scoring, and his health is wonky. You know, it's just I never know what's going on with OG, and you never know what's going on with OG. The bench is very inconsistent. I thought we saw a clear 6-man in what was going on. Then it got really weird, you know, on the team. Tibbs, you'll never see me say until, like I'll keep saying, until Tibbs is off that team and some different decisions are made, I don't think y'all will get as far as you've been waiting.
If we lose this damn series, Tibbs better not be a fucking coach for the New York Knicks.
It's insane that he still has the job. I'll be honest with you, bro. It's insane. Like, you need to go a little. I think you need to go a little younger when it comes to coaching for this team. Y'all need a little bit of youth. Like y'all need to get a 40-year-old, cold 35-year-old, somebody that can like really just change what Tibbs has been doing, and he runs people on the ground. You need Brunson healthy. Brunson is phenomenal. You need him. And Cat, we know how I feel about Cat. If you didn't know, I think Cat is phenomenal. And you know how I know? Because all of a sudden I don't see as many tweets, you know, dogging Cat like it was.
Because he over here now.
Nah, he helped. He stepped y'all up.
He did.
He stepped y'all up, and that's how you know. See what I'm talking about? And you look at Minnesota and you're like, you know what? You'd be better if you had a big like Karl-Anthony Towns, you trade him, you know, and then you go to New York and the one that they keep calling soft, Cat goes to New York. I think he's been a dog this year, you know, but I always say that about him, you know. I just I don't think he looks the way y'all want him to, plays the way y'all want him to, but you don't consider how he plays already. That's already beneficial, you know. And with that being said, I love what's going on, but it's still a lot of question marks and inconsistency at the wrong time. You know, when it comes to Detroit, they are a 6 seed. They are not in the play-in. Shout out to fucking Detroit basketball, because they have been so fun to watch the whole season.
Yep.
He has been on a different level. Duren has taken a step up. Like last year, he had a good year. This year, he started off a little slow, and then he caught his footing. You know, Tobias Harris. It's funny how Tobias is in the playoffs, and you know the team he was a part of that he got blamed for a lot is nowhere near it. You know, and I find that funny. You know, I like a good karma story. You know.
Yep.
I really do. You know, Malik Beasley playing fantastic. You know, I just think that when you catch a team like this that has the right amount of youth and the right amount of veterans, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
They have nothing to lose. You have everything to lose.
True. Though.
Listen, you have everything to lose, bro, and you know that. Because
that's a fact.
High hopes are in New York because of the team you assembled and what you put into it. Detroit, we didn't even think they were going to be a play-in team. They are out of the play-in, and they have a solidified spot, and they've played consistently damn near the whole year. They are young and they have vets. Perfect, like it's perfect of a mixture.
Sure.
Cade might be the best player on the floor the whole damn series. You know,
DJ, what's going on, boss?
So I think that I think this is the series y'all lose. You lose in 7, and this is the year you fire Tibbs, and then you make some choices. And
that happens. Tibbs better be gone day 1.
There has got to be a small forward that you go get and you package up, you know, because OG and Mikal is not it. It's not it. Like, I think y'all could do better. You know, you need to go and get you another 3 that can actually play the season and give you some impact here. You know, so I think a package deal is coming, and you go see what you can get. You know, hell, try to go get Kevin Durant. You know, like
I think.
go G, send Mikhail back. You
Yep.
know, and you
That's a
know,
fact.
and go get KD. You need somebody that's a problem. You know, like that's consistent. And someone that can actually, you know, you can depend on for the bucket, you know, and a good defender, rebounder. KD is just all those things. He's phenomenal. But I think this is the one y'all lose, and this is the wake up call you need to get Tibbs out of there and go get you a younger coach, you know, to really do it.
I'm down.
That's what I think.
I'm down to 2%. So let's run through the easy.
Got you. And another one, Indiana, Milwaukee.
Great series. No, not such a great series because Dame not being there. I'm going with the Pacers in 5. I think Giannis might be able to get 1, maybe, but I wouldn't be surprised if they sweep them with that pace. Giannis is the only guy there. I think Giannis is gone after this summer.
Indiana in 6, and Giannis is gone at the end of the summer. And I'd love to talk about another episode when we come back where we think that he's going to go, because he's going to shake the table.
Yep.
He's going to shake the league wherever he goes.
Yep.
That's all we got for y'all, yo.
Yes, sir. So appreciate each and every one of you, all 284 of you guys that showed up on X, Twitter, Facebook, and then it doesn't show the number of how many people showed up on Twitter, on TikTok, but we had 10,000 likes on TikTok. So appreciate each and every one of you guys that showed all that love on TikTok. We really appreciate you guys. That is amazing. We're going to keep showing you guys great content each and every week, and enjoy the playoffs. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be more guests coming on here talking about their favorite teams. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. But most importantly, appreciate you guys in the comments. Your support means the world to us. So other than that, enjoy these games. We'll see you guys next week for another great episode of The Big Three, Beyond the Arc. I'm your host, Jones, our co-host, Nat, the GM. Peace, guys.
Peace out.